Hello class 4, how are you? Today I am going to teach you social study, your chapter 3, the Northern Plains. In your previous class you have already learned about Northern Plain, but in this class we will more discuss about Northern Plains, the northern part of India, which is plain area. And here is some question for you in your book. Question number 1. What is a plain? Plain is a flat area, and the flat area is good for farming also. How do rivers benefit the plains? How do rivers benefit the plains? The northern plains are one of the most fertile region of the world because of the silt of olivine deposited by the rivers here. That's why here is some benefit of the plain regions. Now go through with your chapter, the northern plain of India. Now open your page number 16. The northern plain of India are the largest and the most fertile plain in the world. They lie to the south of Himalaya, stretching from Punjab in the west to Assam in the east, and the east-west length of these plain is about 2,400 kilometers, and the breadth varies from 150 to 300 kilometers. These plains have a good network of road and railways which join all the major cities and towns of the country. Now see here in your map. The northern plain of India, this colored area is the northern part of India, and it's lie in the south of Himalaya. The Himalaya is here, and the south part of Himalaya is these ranges. Okay, and it is stretches from Punjab. Now see here, Punjab is here, Punjab to Assam in the east. Okay, north to east, and the east to west. Now east to west, the length of these plain is about 2,400 kilometers, and the breadth varies form of is somewhere is 150 and 300 kilometers, 150 to 300 kilometers. These plains have good network of road, good network of road and railways, and major cities and towns are also in these northern plain areas. Northern plains are also known as Indo-Gangetic plains because the Ganga rivers are flow in this area. They separate the Himalaya in the north and the peninsula in south. Okay, the northern plains are made up of alluvial soil. Alluvial soil means fertile soil, okay, which is good for crops. The soil is soft, and the alluvial soil is very soft, light, and fertile. Therefore, northern plains are India's most fertile plain. India's most fertile plain is northern plains. Okay, remember this point. The most distinct features of the distinct means main features. Okay, main features of the northern plain is that they are very flat. Okay, the northern plain is flat. Most of the India's rice is grown in these plains, so the plains are also referred to as a food ball of India. The northern plain is also referred as food ball of India because it is good for crops. Many crops grown here. Okay, mostly wheat and rice are also grown here. Okay. Do you know alluvial soil is good for growing crop? River basins of the northern plains, the area which is watered or drained by a river and its tributaries is called a basin. Basin means that those area which is drained by rivers. The northern plains consist of 3 river basins. Northern plain consists of 3 river basins. The northern plains, and 3 major rivers are Satluj river, which is flow in where Punjab region, okay, and Ganga basin. Many cities are drained by this Ganga river, and the Brahmaputra flows in eastern part of India, okay, Assam, Brahmaputra basin. Okay. The northern plains are drained by these 3 rivers. Okay, these are the main 3 rivers of northern plains. The Satluj basin, now we will discuss about Satluj basins. Okay, the Satluj basin now see in your map, look at here, the Satluj rivers go through with these part of India, and it is also in Pakistan also. Now see here, the Satluj basin is situated in the western part of the northern plains in the drained by river Satluj, and its main tributary is Beas. Punjab and Haryana lie in the Satluj basin. The climate of the Satluj basin is extreme, as it is extremely hot in summers and extremely cold in winters. Wheat is the main crop of this basin. The Bhakra Nagal Dam has been built across the Satluj river. Now Satluj river mainly lies in Punjab and Haryana, and the climate of Satluj basin is extremely hot in summers and extremely cold in winters, and wheat is the main crop of these basins. And which dam is situated in Satluj basin? Bhakra Nagal Dam. Remember this dam name also. Ganga basin. The Ganga basin is situated between the Satluj in the west and the Brahmaputra in the east. The basin covered the largest part of northern plains. It gets water from river Ganga, Yamuna and their tributaries. River Ganga is one of the most sacred and important river of India. The Ganga originates from the Gangotri glacier and enters the northern plain at Haridwar with a great speed. It is joined by many tributaries like Yamuna, Ramganga, Ghagra, Gomti, Gantak and Kosi. Now look at the Ganga basin. The Ganga basin is between the Satluj and the west of the Brahmaputra. Now see here, the Satluj is west part of India and the east part of India is Brahmaputra, and it's the middle of both rivers, Ganga. And its tributary rivers are Yamuna. The river Ganga is one of the sacred, means holy river. It's Pavitra. We know about that. The Ganga is very sacred river, holy river, and important river of India. The Ganga originate from where? Gangotri Glacier. The eastern and the northern plains after Gangotri Glacier, it's entered in northern plains at Haridwar with a great speed. After it's joined with many tributary rivers like Yamuna, Ramganga, Ghakra, Gomti. In Lucknow, Gomti rivers is there. Okay, Gantak and Kosi. These are the tributaries of Ganga river. Now look at here. Do you know the Ganga is the largest river with a total length of 2,525 kilometers. The total length of Ganga is 2,525 kilometers, and it is the largest river of India. The Yamuna river is the main tributary of Ganga. It units with Ganga near Allahabad at the place called Sangam. In Allahabad, the Ganga meet with Yamuna meet with Ganga. The place where they meet is called Sangam. Almost half of the population of India live within 500 kilometers of the Himalaya range along with the Gangetic plains. How many people live in these plains? Many people live in these plains within 500 kilometers of northern Himalaya range. The Ganga flow through Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and West Bengal. Ganga flew through which how many states? Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, West Bengal. The river splits into two main branches in West Bengal, and after that it splits in two main branches in West Bengal. One branch enters Bangladesh and it's called Padma, and the other one joined the Brahmaputra. It is called Hooghly, and after that in West Bengal it is divided into two branches. When it entered in Bangladesh, the name is called where it is called in the name by Padma river. When it's joined with Brahmaputra, its name is Hooghly in Kolkata, the capital of West Bengal. It is situated in the bank of Hooghly. Brahmaputra Basin. The Brahmaputra Basin is considered the lifeline of India, lying in the northern east region of India. It represents nearly 30% of India's water resources potential and 41% of its total hydropower. The Brahmaputra originates in Tibet, where it is called Tsangpo. At the Shumantam point, the river bends enters India crossing the Assam Valley. It then flows south through Bangladesh, exciting in the Ganga-Brahmaputra delta into the Bay of Bengal. The delta is called Sundarbans. The main crop of the region are rice, jute and tea. Now see, in Brahmaputra, it is the lifeline of India. Lying in the northern region of India, it is present nearly 30% of India's water resources potential and 41 total hydropowers are in these rivers. And Brahmaputra is originated from where? Tibet, where it is called Tsangpo. At the Shumantam point, the river bend enters India crossing the Assam Valley. It's entered in India in Assam valleys. Okay. After that, it flows south through Bangladesh, and after that it's exciting the Gangas Brahmaputra, where it's meet together in Bay of Bengal. Before they entered in Bay of Bengal, they made a Sundarban Delta in Bangladesh, The main crop of this region is rice, jute and tea. The Brahmaputra is also called the Red River of India. Okay, tea is grown on the slope of hills. Indian tea is famous throughout the world. Significant of Indian rivers. Huge historical and religious significance is associated with most of the Indian rivers. The Indian rivers add beauty to the Indian landscape. They are also the source of irrigation, hydroelectricity, transportation, etc. The Ganga River is the popular water way that connects several Indian regions. Besides this, it is called. It is also considered a holy river. Indian rivers are a source of livelihood for fishermen, boatmen, farmers, etc. They are the main source of irrigation. As a result, the crops are largely dependent on them. The lands lying near the region of India rivers are considered to have a rich soil. Hence, these lands are used for agriculture. The holy river of Gangas, is used for worshipping the deities, and the dip into rivers Ganga free one's spirit of all sins. Now, significance of India. Why it is important? Indian river, because huge historical and religious significance is associated with this river. The river add beauty and the Indian landscape, and it is good for transportation and hydroelectricity, which is dam, and irrigation. It is good for soils also. The river Ganga is popular waterway connected several Indian region also, and beside this it is considered is also the holy river, and it is the livelihood of many people like fishermen, boatmen, farmers, and they are the main source of irrigation for crops, and many peoples are depend on them. The land lying near this region of India river is considered have rich soil, a very fertile soil, that is good for agriculture and good for our country also. And many religious things are also associated with these rivers. Now here is your chapter is completed, and you have to do hard words. As usual, you have to do hard work. Firstly, you have to do some difficult words of this chapter in your notebook and learn those hard words and do word meanings of this chapter. These are the word meaning. Fertile soil means soil rich in nutrients. Basin, the land drained by the single river. Delta, triangular area of allowable land at the river's mouth. Okay, these are the word new words and with their meanings. And after that you have we will send you worksheets. You have to do some you have to do question answers in your notebook and give one word answer also, and all exercise you have to do in your book. And see here, tasks to do. Here is map for you. Discuss with your classmates the way to control the population of the river of India. Okay, you will discuss about with their family members. And B, on the outlining map of India, mark the 3 rivers basin. Here take a map and do this exercise. outlining the three rivers. Where is three rivers go through with which states? Punjab and Haryana, Satluj rivers, and the between east and west, which rivers is Brahmaputra rivers, Ganga rivers are there, and in the east part of India is Brahmaputra rivers. Okay, you have to outline these basins, and on the outline map of India, mark some cities of northern plain. You have to mark some major cities of northern plains. Okay, here your chapter is completed. Regularly you have to learn your question answers and fill in the blanks, tick mark options. Okay, and bye. Take care of yourself and your family also. Help your mother. Okay, everyone, bye. Take care.